right, welcome, welcome. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host for this session. We're going to combine a few things since we have a lot of people on for their very first time. I will actually give a little bit of a background on AI, but if this is your very first session, I will also invite you to the 7 p.m. tonight. This is where I kind of do a slower, deeper dive into what is AI and cover all of the essentials of understanding AI. So you'll see more detail. We'll talk about the origination of AI in general, and we'll speak onto the details of these different platforms and how they're all kind of related. What's the latest and greatest? I appreciate you guys jumping on. I see some people on here that are regulars, and I also appreciate you coming back for our Tuesday edition of AI Lunch and Learn. So, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit different. If you come back later this evening, and I'll put a link in the chat in just a few minutes, I will actually be going through this presentation in a much slower pace. What I'll touch on today, just so that we kind of bring everybody who hasn't seen this at all before, talk a little bit about the create method. It's one of the things we teach at 1000X AI, of which I'm a trainer. And it's about how to speak in general to any AI tool. So every now and again, I like to kind of give a refresher course for people who have never joined the 7 p.m. session. And the way to think of it is the way you communicate with any AI large language model, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, it doesn't really matter. To get the best results, you have to be specific, you have to be detailed. And the methodology for doing that, the first thing you want to do is set the context, which means you're going to say to the AI, you are this. You are a worldwide respected copywriter, author. You are a doctor specializing in this kind of medicine. You are an analyst. You are a journalist, you are a sales manager. I've spent 20, 30 years in sales, so I would be the expert coming to the meeting to help you. So when you use AI and you pay $20 a month, or even if you use the free version, you can think of yourself as inviting thousands of experts into your meeting. So for example, if you want to get a conversation going with Warren Buffett and talk about investing, or if you want to talk about technology, you invite Steve Jobs to the meeting. So these are the experts, and you want the AI to emulate being that particular person for this particular conversation that you're having with it. And so the AI will say, you would say something like, you are a world-class author, and I want you to help me write this book, or I am putting together a marketing piece. This is really important about the result you're looking for. I am looking for 5 emails that I can use to market my new product or service. I'm building a website and I'm looking for content for the hero section. I want headlines. I want things that I'm going to post on Meta. So I want to grab their attention. So you want to be very specific. I'm doing an agreement between 2 entities, one in, this state that's doing this and so on. So you want to be very, very specific. I'm launching a brand new service and I need a marketing plan that I can hand off to an investor. So tell the AI what it is that you're looking for and what do you want to get out of it. The explanation is how you kind of break it down even further for the AI. So give me a detailed report on the mining conditions in such and such and such. Give me a table, and we'll talk about the expand part in a second, but I want you to put together a table or a chart describing it. I want you to help me critique this. I want you to help me putting together a play for a Hollywood movie, or excuse me, a script for a Hollywood movie, and I want you to help me put together. So give the AI specific instructions about the type of output that you're looking for. It's going to target these individuals. I want something for business owners, targeting men, targeting women. I'm writing a children's book. I'm talking to fellow entrepreneurs like we're on right now, and I want them to get excited. Okay, so these are the things that you're working on. And when I say excited, I'm talking about the tone of the content. I want it to be persuasive, as in salesy. I want it to be entertaining. I talked about that script a minute ago. I want it to be professional. I am writing my thesis for such and such degree. So you can have it give that tone. And one of the things with the tone, just like you can invite a specific expert, the AI is familiar with any public figure that's on the internet. So if you are writing something funny, you might say, I want it to be in the tone of Kevin Hart or such and such a comedian. So you can kind of lay this all out to the AI in a prompt or a sentence that kind of describes. And then once you get that first pass at it, you can then say, okay, that's good, but I want you to expand on this or explain this better. I want to iterate on it. So AI is fantastic. They never get tired. So you can iterate and ideate as many times as you want to within restrictions on tokens. Like, for example, if you have the free version of AI, a lot of times you'll run up against that. Well, it says, okay, you can't ask any more questions today, and then you end up signing up or joining. So all AI, generally speaking, has a free mode that you can start with, and then as you start actually using it more, then you can get tokens or credits towards doing something else that you want to do. So in either case, first of all, always review the content that you're giving because AIs can make mistakes. They can do what we call in the industry hallucinate. And it's usually they hallucinate if they're trying to help you. And so if they don't know the actual answer, they don't actually say, hey, I don't know the answer. They'll make something up. So you just have to be cautious about that and review it. You are the human in the equation, and you have to review whatever you get before you present it to the world as a finished product. So that's kind of your responsibility. So I'll keep going here. If you have questions while I'm doing this, please go ahead and drop them into the chat. We're going to have fun today. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I'm going to make sure that we cover them as we keep going here. If I was going to make a prompt, I would say something like, you are a world-class Amazon best publishing author. I want you to help me write an outline for a book summarizing all the benefits of using AI in the BuildBiz platform to help business owners. I want you to use an inspirational tone, and it would look something like this. So each element in red is the pieces of the create prompt, right? So you have the author, write a chapter outline for a book summarizing the 5 steps business owners can take to learn how to use AI using BuildBiz.ai so they can increase sales and grow revenue and write this in an inspirational tone. Now, this is not the exact prompt that I used, but I wrote AI Powered Dreams using AI, and I've got 11 workbooks in the platform that you can get for free. And it took, it's amazing how quickly you can do it, number one, but also more importantly, how detailed those books can be as you, as the human being in the equation, guide the AI to produce the results you want. So I trained it on me, of course, since I've been selling for, 20, 30 years. And so I put all of that into that book and into those workbooks. And so that's what I mean by using AI to really, really showcase your specialty, your expertise, your experiences, your personality, all of those things, and put that into both. You can put that into content like books, but you can also put it into platforms, right? So there's a lot of ways you can use AI to produce amazing results. So as I said, jump on the 7 p.m. call later today, and I will go ahead and help you guys with even a deeper dive into actually using prompts to get where you want to go. Let me go ahead and grab the link for this. Let's see, there we go. I've got a lot of different things here. So let me go ahead and drop the link. So here is the one for reaching out to me, because I also want to be able to help people. I'll put all 3 of these in the chat. And there you go. And let me also go out. Let's go ahead and grab the next version of our training for this evening. Hold on, let me make sure I get the right link for you. I'll build this. So I'll share this and we'll have some fun. For those that are just joining the call, BuildBiz.ai is the platform where we have 60 plus apps. I used to have 90 plus apps, but because of the way people were actually using the platform, I'm a big believer in if people are not using those apps, I'm going to cut them out so that I can focus in on the apps that people are using. So we have streamlined it down to 60 plus apps now, and we've changed the layout and format. But the things that we do in the platform have actually increased, and I'll explain why in a second. So the AI Lunch and Learn starts at 12 o'clock noon Eastern. This is where you are today. You can register here to make sure it pops up, and you can add it to your calendar, make sure you get a reminder. On Thursday, we have a version that's similar, but it's more focused to people who want to make money from the platform. So, of course, you can use the platform for yourself and your business, but you can also make money on the platform by reselling it, if you will, becoming a white label. You take everything that's on the platform, you change the look and feel. So, for instance, this white label belongs to Joel. Joel is the owner of the AI workstation platform, which is a white label of BuildBiz, and mine is a white label of Deal.ai, just for example. So when you sign up for these platforms, you get specialized custom built AIs that focus in on certain things. So for my platform, it's all about helping small and medium-sized businesses build their business. So let me go ahead and get that link first of all before I get distracted off of the original goal that I had here. Sorry about this. I should have had this link already. I'll go ahead and grab it right now. So go ahead and sign up for the 7 p.m. session, and that'll get you rocking and rolling for everybody on here. There we go. So that's the last one. And so the last link on here, and you have my email address in the chat. And then you also have, if you want to book a call with me, feel free to do that. And then if you want to join BuildBiz.ai, this is where you can go sign up and you can start a free trial. You get the 11 books. It is free to start up. You get a 7-day free trial. Don't worry about this. You will not be billed until the trial is over. So that go ahead and sign up for this, and we'll be spending a lot more time diving into prompts and learning and taking our time to go through this. Now, in the BuildBiz platform, if you miss a session, don't worry, but the recordings are here. Once you sign up, you have access to this. You can go in and get all of the training and learnings. And when you first land, you're going to land on this crazy screen now. We've changed the layout and format. And you can get in here and click on the Build Biz explainer videos. The first one is kind of like a walkthrough of the platform. And then you can see a whole host of different videos and explainers and things like that. And so you can kind of quickly catch up on the platform. Never fear, lots of training. With all the videos that are in here, you'll pick it up very quickly and very easily. Any questions that I can answer for anybody? I don't see the 7 p.m. link. It's the last one. Sorry if I caused any confusion. It's the last one on the page. So let me know if you, Paris, if you still are having trouble seeing the link. It's the last one in the chat, I should say. Did you get it? When you say contact link, you can book a call with me or you can send me an email. All right. So feel free. I'm happy to jump on a session with you. But this is the link for me to send me an email if that's what you meant. I'm not sure exactly what you meant. This is the page you'll land on to book for the 7 p.m. session tonight. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. We've got a lot of new things on the platform, and I'm going to introduce you to some concepts. One of the big ones that I get questions on all the time is on the new AI spokesperson avatar. And so this is, again, within the BuildBiz platform, 60 plus apps, and you can click here. And so when you are building these,
Hi.
you can kind of see how they're working here. So this is the one that I built the other day. We were playing around with something, trying to build an avatar for Delinda. But let me start one here. Let's do a new project. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a script so that the AI spokesperson can kind of read what it is that your messaging is. So if you're brand new and you haven't done this before, please go ahead and drop in the chat your domain name or your URL if you've already got one. If you don't, no big deal. But if you have one, we have some magic tricks that I like to show where the AI can kind of help you with some tools. So go ahead and drop those into the chat. Last week, we had someone on the AI workstation call who was trying to figure out how to get AI to help with not so much a video, but the audio just for the video. So she already had the looks and feels, and so that was kind of interesting. So we did some stuff with her, and it was a lot of fun. So I like to kind of show off little tasks that you can do. So for example, if I come here and I go AI and I go video, it'll show you some of the video tools we have in the platform. So this is the search area, so you can search for anything. It's an easy way to get to where you want to go. You can just drop this in here. You can drop the URL in here, and then you can pick the type of methodology of what you're going to use. You can pick a language. You can pick a voice. So, for instance, I like to use Sarah. Adam is a voice you hear all the time.
Welcome to our AI.
You hear him on there all the time. Matter of fact, I heard a video the other day. It was really funny. Somebody who was comparing AI voices, and there was this other app was it just sounded more realistic. It was interesting compared to Adam and the other voice. So it's fun to see the competition that's happening out there in the world. So if I go here and I drop this center in, you can kind of see the look and feel. So I can pick a color if I want to. I can pick the blues or the lavenders and so on and so forth for the script. And so if I pick a color and go a little bit into here and pick something, I'm just going to drop that for now. You can pick the number of slides. You can pick whether it's landscape or portrait. And all it's going to do is it's going to read the content that it can grab off that first page. When you do this exercise, you do want to probably take the time to actually put together a script using one of the other AI tools. We do this, fix this, HTTPS, there we go, and say create. All right, so that's off to the running. It'll take a good couple of minutes, 4 minutes or so. And then while it's doing that, we will do this. So if we were to take, for example, that website that we just saw, and let's see if I go to the About page. As I said, the AI only really uses one page at a time. So if you wanted to do multiple pages, you do have to actually go in and copy and get the information from each link. But another easy way to do it is just kind of grab and scrape the information, right? So we can kind of just copy paste this stuff. And let's put this here. And I can go back into the AI. And so we need a script for the spokesperson to read, right? And so I could go back in here and say something like, let's use the AI sales coach here. This is a AI personality that I created based on sales and marketing and based on my personality. So I can say something like, you are a world-class digital and marketing expert specializing in centers for therapy, wellness, and training. Therapy, wellness, and training centers, period. I want you to create a 90-second VSL introducing my center to the world. Give me just a script, no narration, so I can drop it into another app. All right, cool. So let's see. This is Hope-LA. I'm interested in, so I'll just call it the Hope Center because it won't, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Hope-La. I'll promote you so that you can tell me how to pronounce this. Andrea. Hey, Andrea, how to pronounce this? Hope-La?
Yes, it's hoopla.
Hope-La. Okay.
Hoopla, like hoopla, but hoopla.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No worries. Thank you.
hmm
And I just want to give it an idea. And we'll see if it pronounces it correctly. It might try to pronounce it spelling it, but we'll see. So I can drop it into another app. Perfect. All right, so it's going to run off and put together a 90-second script using the elements that I showed in that create method a couple of minutes ago. And this is a better way to get either a video or so I told it to not give me the narration. Hey, remove narration and give me just the text script that I can give to an avatar to read. Make it 90 seconds of content. So sometimes when you give an instruction, again, I was clear that I didn't want the narration, but it ignored that part of it. And so now I'm giving it back again. And so there you go. See, now I have just the text, right? So it's cleared it up so that I can utilize it in the next tool. And that's what I love about the platform. I don't have to bounce place to place to place. I can do pretty much everything I want to do right here. All right, so I have an AI spokesperson. And so now I'm creating a new project and I've got my script. So I've kind of got my script in here and now I can continue the voiceover. And let's go to the next step. And so where voiceover comes in, of course, is the avatar is going to read your script. So you can pick a voice that you want to use, and you can kind of just wander around if you want a woman's voice, a man's voice. There is no right or wrong. This is strictly just you picking your voice. So you just pick the voice you want to use. Andrea, any particular voice you heard so far that you like? You can do
The years teach much which the days never know.
that one.
I think so.
Oh, that's fine. It's yours. You can do whatever voice you want. All right. So now what the important thing is, so you don't waste your credits. Oh, and by the way, this system does use credits, and the way the credits work is we have a lot of apps on the platform. A lot of them you don't have to use any extra credits or anything, but there are ones that use a lot of compute power. The reason why our cost is 19.95 compared to a lot of other platforms is because we believe in the model where you pay for what you use. So if you're using all the other free tools or included tools in your subscription, then great. If you want to do something specialized like create these avatars, there are plenty of AI tools out there on the planet. You don't get access to most of them for 20 bucks a month. And then what we do is just to democratize this, where I don't charge everybody more money, $79, $89 a month. I only offer the option to people who want to do something specialized. So in other words, if you're going to use it to create an avatar, then yes, you do pay credits. And the way the credits work is you get 1,000 for $7. So let's say this whole project costs 500 bucks. That means they cost you half of $7 or 350 to make that project. If you spend 1,000, if you spend 5,000 credits, it costs you $29 to do that. Most of the other AI apps out there that does this, you have to pay $79, $89 a month. So no matter how you slice it, it's a pretty good value if you need to use it. If you don't click on it. It always tells you before you spend any money what it costs. And besides, you can't actually generate it until you click the actual button. So what I recommend here on this particular one, most of the other ones are like 10 credits, 50 credits, like the AI video one that we're doing here. This one is 50 credits per video, so very inexpensive in comparison. So let's see what it did here.
Meet Dr. Andrea Darden, a breast cancer thriver and seasoned therapist dedicated to supporting women on their journey in South Carolina. At Hope Law, Dr. Darden offers counseling that's informed by her own survivor experience and backed by over 20 years of professional expertise. Utilizing research-based interventions like EMDR, she addresses the emotional trauma associated with breast cancer. Her mission is to empower women to overcome the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual challenges of breast cancer. With compassion and understanding, Dr. Darden fosters hope and resilience along the path to recovery. Visit Hope Law today to begin your journey towards healing and empowerment.
But effectively, all you do is you click here, and then for each image, you can either regenerate the image or you can use one of the other AI tools to actually fix the image to what you want it to be. I personally like using the AI tools so that I get exactly what I want. So for example, In here we have, let me duplicate this page. And so by the way, I just right clicked and choose a duplicate so that I can get into another tool. So like hyper realistic, one of my favorite tools. You can go in here and create some really fascinating images. So for example, I was playing around with this for another customer. She wanted some spokesperson avatars for her video AI apps. And so, the prompt that I'm using here is a confident, professional black woman in her 30s with black hair wearing purple blazer and so on. So again, laying it out so that it understands the type of comment, the type of image that I'm looking for. And then once you have it, you can just change it from black woman to black man and change the color of their outfits and things like that. So you kind of play with it. And by the way, this app is included free. It doesn't cost anything more than your subscription. Another way I could do it, of course, is I can get the actual image of the doctor. And so we could just grab this image here and let's see, this is already on your website. So it's public domain, right? No, relatively public domain. So I'll just grab this here and then I'll go back to the AI tool. And instead of using a model, I would just use your actual image, of course. And so I would just upload it. And you would just go right here to wherever you're up. There we go. And boom, now it's been replaced. And as you would expect, when I play this video again and go forward from there, I would be able to use it. So utilizing research-based interventions like EMDR, right? So that is a unique sentence. And so I could probably go back here and say, I need and you could put in color schemes and things like that. You can decide on the shape of the image. So if I'm making a landscape video, I'd make it 16 by 9. If I'm making a portrait video, 2 by 3 or 9 by 16. 1 by 1 is, of course, a square. So utilizing research-based interventions like EMDR. I'm very curious to see if the AI who makes images, because we use multiple large language models behind the scene, I'm curious to see if the AI knows what EMDR. I have no idea what it is, but we'll still test it and see if it does. All right. That gave me a, okay. So here's another interesting bias. AI tools, generally speaking, if you ask it for an image of a person, if you're not specific, you're going to get a white guy and usually a white guy with a beard. This guy doesn't have a beard for some reason. Maybe he's the inventor of EMDR. I have no idea. I'm just joking. But my point being, you have to be specific. Remember, I joked about it. Even if you're using a simple sentence, so let's see, utilize research-based interventions. Let's see, why did it give me, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to grab this. This is where communicating with AI is very important. So I'm going to get that summary script that we just did, and I'm going to ask it to give me 20 ideas based on the script, and it'll do a better job of giving us ideas than this one. So when you're getting your AI content generated, if you don't like something, give it a low star. And then if you really, really hate it, which in this case, the image is useless to me, I'll just delete it and it's gone. So now it's giving me 20, a sanctuary for healing and personal growth, offering therapy and wellness, a serene landscape with a person meditating peacefully by a lake at sunrise, right? And so you could be black, female, right? And so you could be very specific. Don't worry about being politically correct. If you want a black female, say you want a black female. Meditating by then you get create another image. So you can keep iterating on this. The idea is you keep working on it until you get exactly what imagery you want for your video. You are in 100% control of this process. And yes, it's not going to get it right every time, but the more specific you are, the better you're going to be at getting the right image. So for example, that's a nice image. I like it. So I'll grab it and so I can go see what another one would look like. A warm, cozy therapy room filled with soft lighting and calming decor. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's grab that one. I'll get a 16 by 9 for that one. All right, so now that we've got that running, let's go back here. So we have our clone. Let's test our script. So it tells you right at the bottom, 978 credits are required. And let's play it.
Welcome to the Hope Law, the sanctuary for healing and personal growth. Our mission is to transform lives through comprehensive therapy, wellness, and training programs. Guided by world-class experts in therapeutic wellness, we build supportive communities that enhance lifelong change. At the Hope Law, you'll find a range of services from yoga and meditation to advanced therapy sessions, all designed to support holistic wellness. Our expert team is committed to making a positive impact and offering personalized care. Join us at the Hope Law and begin your journey to well-being today. Discover hope, healing, and harmony. For more information or to schedule a visit, contact us now. Begin your new life with us, because you deserve it.
That's a pretty good script. Remember, this is just a test, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just curious if there's anything that jumps out that you absolutely hate of what it's saying.
No, I don't think you need to change anything.
All right. So we'll just keep going for this experiment. And so now we can continue and pick an avatar. So now what you can do is there's what they call an uncanny valley. And the more photorealistic your AI image is, the more challenges you face with, people just kind of saying, hey, that looks odd, right? So a lot of times people are building tons and tons of these AI avatars out there, but just using characters instead of real people. Now, the other thing you can do is you can upload an image that you want to use. For example, I created these images using AI, and so I wanted to make my own UGC style video, user generated content video. So I was using these images. We found some interesting results when we did this on another call. One of the things you want to be aware of, for example, if I chose your image, there's going to be some challenges with it because, first of all, I'll show you and you can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? So you're going to want to pick a model that you want to use. If you use the ones that are already here, you're going to get pretty much the best results from a look and feel type of thing. But if you have something more in mind, you can build your own model. You could utilize one of the tools that we just had, this model here. You don't want to use anything with hands because the way that it works is if the hands are in the video, it'll try to move the hands and you get some really odd results. So you want to use just the top portion of the avatar so that, again, you do get the lips. The lips are, of course, the most important part, and the face is the most secondarily the most important part, right? So you want to get the face and the lips in the video. And so if we go back here now, let me upload. I have yours. I'm going to test it with yours as well. But we can just play with this one and see what it does. So we have the avatar and we have selected it. And let's go forward to the next step. Continue to generate. And so it's going to take this custom avatar that we uploaded. Square. Yeah, that's fine for now. And then we'll say generate AI spokesperson. So that's going to take a second. All right, so let's go back to our video here. So we have me, Dr. So we got that straightened out. And help counseling on survival, South Carolina. Counseling that's informed by her own survivor experience. When it read it before, it sounded like it said something different. That's interesting. Yeah. All right, utilize.
It might have said Thriver.
Yeah, it said Thriver. I know I heard something. I was like, that's odd.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the video.
Yeah. So that was very interesting. Is that something you have on your site? Okay.
I like Thriver.
Thank you for explaining that it's your custom word and I'm not making something. The AI, so like I said, the AI can hallucinate. I just wanted to make sure. All right, add hope, Dr. Darno's counseling, 20 years experience. And then we had the issue with the image just being boring. That is just a boring image. So we want to replace that image. And by the way, you can just click the regenerate button and see what it comes up with. Or like I said, you can pick a image that you like that's just better, right? And so you can replace it. So that one actually is not good for there. Let me see. With compassion and really, it's a path to recovery. Actually, I would replace this one with that image. All right. And then we have to find something technical looking for our utilizing research-based interventions. Now, I am not your target audience. So by the way, when you define and create these images, you want to come up with something that is good for your target audience. So forget me, I'm not your target. So you want to create images that support your messaging from a sales and marketing or just a marketing point of view. You want to make sure that it inspires the emotions that you want it to inspire. And that's what I mean by don't worry about what I think. You walk through this process, you design it for your own. Yep, this one might be good. You design it for your audience. So that's the most important thing. Okay. All right. Let's see how we're doing. So it's still generating. We got some time. We got 15 minutes and it's going to be finished before then. I'm doing this specifically for Delinda because Delinda wanted to play around with some things. So I just wanted to show her. All right. So now you have a little slower process on that. Okay. So we need some images to fill out this here. That's a nice image, non-threatening. That's good. And by the way, keep telling the AI whether it's doing a good job or not doing a good job and giving it a rating of the image. That one's not horrible. I'll download it just so we have it for available. Let's see what else. I'm looking for something that's a little more technical or medical. This it's giving us a lot of serene therapy things, which is great. And pair of hands planting seeds in a fertile soil. Gimmick garden, peaceful oasis. All right. So I would like, this one is close. I would like actually, this is a yoga studio. Individuals, cute holding hands, shared meditation. I like this one. Smiling therapist with a client engaged in supporting. Good might be good. All right. So let's see. Therapist. Break it up a little bit, right? If I can spell Latino, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and see what it gives us here. So again, I don't know your specific target audience, so I'm just making things up as I go along, but you know your therapy audience, and so you would put all of these images in the framework of what's important to your center, right? The only thing wrong with this image is that it looks like she's talking to herself. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try. It's like twins in the photo. I know it didn't do that intentionally, but that's basically it was trying to keep it was trying to help out there. So it as I said, kind of created the same image twice. Almost there, 76%. It's working on it. All right. Questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, please. Didn't quite get a Latino or Latina. I should have put Latina. Anyway, all right. All right, so we'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's trying. At least the women in here are different. So that is good. And so if we go back here, we can upload. I think I decided I didn't want to have this twice. There we go. So we grab that, drop that in there. And this last image, healing and empowerment. Let's see if we have another one that we can use. Yeah, we already used that twice. All right, so we can also go back here. Let me see. I should have actually grabbed some more of the images off your site. I like that one. Let's grab this. Let's see. Yeah, that is actually pretty decent. All right, let's grab that for the last image. And upload. And desktop. There we go. That's not bad. All right, cool. And tell it to go again. Again, this one is only 50 credits, so very inexpensive in comparison. Still does cost something.
Welcome to the Hope Law, the sanctuary for healing and personal growth. Our mission is to transform lives through comprehensive therapy, wellness, and training programs. Guided by world-class experts in therapeutic wellness, we build supportive communities that enhance lifelong change. At the Hope Law, you'll find a range of services from yoga and meditation to advanced therapy sessions, all designed to support holistic wellness. Our expert team is committed to making a positive impact and offering personalized care. Join us at the Hope Law and begin your journey to well-being today. Discover hope, healing, and harmony. For more information or to schedule a visit, contact us now. Begin your new life with us, because you deserve it.
Not bad, actually. A little bouncy from a personality point of view. Obviously, that's not you, but that's why I don't like to use the real person for these types of testimonial or UGC generated content. But I did want to show the class the concept of it, which is we went from a photo, we went from a script, and then we asked it to generate this content. So I'll download it and throw it in the chat for you, Andrea. But I think what is important is the class see how you can do this, because this is really what it is. It's training, right? So it's not the finished product, but like I said, I'll drop it in there for you to kind of see it. Because yeah, Delinda, you're welcome. This is what Delinda wanted to see is how do I take an image of myself and throw it in there? Because the other thing too, right? The photo we started with was a lighter, not as intense image. And then of course the avatar, and this is why I say using a model is better most of the time because you yourself have your own personality, how you speak, how you move your face and your body. So you are going to want to just sit in front of a camera and record if you're going to do this type of content. So anyway, I'm just showing the class. All right. Let me grab this file and drop it in the chat. Let's see if it's too big. If it's too big, I'll figure out a way to get it to you. I'll put it up on YouTube in a private place and just pass it along. So let's see, downloads. Oh, how big is this? Oh, it should fit. So 9 megs. There we go. All right. Back to where we were with the other video creation tool. And I hope I clicked yep, I did. All right, let's see what we got this time.
Meet Dr. Andrea Darden, a breast cancer thriver and seasoned therapist dedicated to supporting women on their journey in South Carolina. At Hope Law, Dr. Darden offers counseling that's informed by her own survivor experience and backed by over 20 years of professional expertise. Utilizing research-based interventions like EMDR, she addresses the emotional trauma associated with breast cancer. Her mission is to empower women to overcome the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual challenges of breast cancer. With compassion and understanding, Dr. Darden fosters hope and resilience along the path to recovery. Visit Hope Law today to begin your journey towards healing and empowerment.
And by the way, you save everything into your vault. If you do sign up, you do get 5 terabytes of storage. That's a ton of files and things that you can do. If you start building your website with our tools, the hosting is included. If you don't have a domain name, you can buy one directly in here, so you don't have to go somewhere else to do that. And the advantage of if you do connect by your domain in the platform, it essentially allows you to get all of it connected immediately. You don't have to do any A records and CNAME records and all that kind of fun stuff. But if you do have something external, like GoDaddy or whatever, yes, of course, you can build your whole website in the platform and connect everything. So for example, the BuildBiz platform, this whole thing was built directly here. This template is available in the AEO website builder. If you do want to, you grab it and customize it for yourself. And then this is Joe Wells, and he is also a white labeler. You can kind of see some of the things that he built. I should say our VA built this. We have 3 VAs that you can utilize. If you contact my calendar, we can help you build your website. I just built this one in the platform for my wife. She does sister locks, and I just built this one in the platform. There's my beautiful wife. And you can kind of see it's infinitely flexible. You can build all these AI, all the headlines and everything for the most part was created, the tech stack or benefit stack, all of this, the imagery, everything was created in the platform. So you get 60 plus tools for 7-day free trial, $19.95 a month. It's, I think, a very good value. If you have questions, definitely send me an email. I am here to answer them for you. I really wanted to spend some time building out some more website stuff, but we kind of are running out of time. We got about 5 minutes left, but I'll answer any questions anybody has. Andrea, since you can speak, I'll actually, if anybody raises their hand or put something in the chat, I can bring you up so you can speak. Quiet group this week. Hey, Paris, you can come off mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm on vacation. I have my grandchildren. If you hear children in the background,
Okay.
I asked some questions in the chat, and mainly it was about, I think you mentioned they were about 60 apps. So if
hmm
I'm new to this,
hmm
I'm thinking I don't have to do 60 different trainings, but there's a description so I would know which apps I need to use because I know what I want to do, but how do I narrow it down to this?
Yeah, this is one of those things that Delinda asked me a couple of times, and the easiest way to kind of see primarily what the apps do is within the platform, you can simply go here. And there is an affiliate link in the platform. So there's actually, it's four ways you can make money on the platform. Affiliate link is one. And if you click that one, what's nice is it pops up a site that is auto-generated by the latest apps that are on the platform. For example, as you can see, there's the Start Here app. Oh, by the way, if you're building out something in here, you're starting a business, or even if you have a business already and you want to formalize the description of it, the Big Dream Generator is a fantastic tool. Just click on the affiliate link, just search affiliate, and you'll see all of this, and it has the descriptions for the apps so you can kind of see what they do. And so, by the way, if you do join, no, you have to join. If you join the platform and you click the affiliate link, it will have your name in it, and you get half of this 19.95 a month subscription without doing any work. If you want to go further and you want a white label like Joel did, you want to build out your own platform with your own color schemes and all of that. His own is black and gold, obviously. You can search in here for white label and you can white label the platform. It'll tell you, hey, you need to sign up for that process, and it's 27 bucks a month. So for 46.95 a month, you can take everything you see, all the colors, all the logos and everything, and just build it to look any way you want it to look. And so, like for instance, if I go into the AI workstation and I log in here, when I go to the links, he has it, most of them are kind of like a golden color, and then you can see each folder that he's created. You can create your own folders and you can kind of see the links that are here. And some of the apps are links, custom apps that he's developed, right? And so he's changed the logos to look the way he wants them to look. And so you can build it out anyway, and you can sell it for whatever you want, by the way. I don't restrict your pricing in any way. You can make your pricing any way you want. You can reorganize your apps just by clicking the pencil, and then you can kind of drag and drop where they are and where they sit. You can create your own folders. This format that I'm using now allows a lot of flexibility where you can kind of see out into the world. And there's a ton of apps in here. These are in a folder. These are custom AI app builders. AI Sales Advisor is what we call a personality, which is where you combine your knowledge and expertise into that custom AI app, and it answers questions the way that you would answer them. You basically do that by building out what we call a knowledge base, or you can think of it as a database of all you. If you got a book that you wrote, throw it in there. If you got favorite URLs that you like, you throw those in there, and then you can build that. The Big Dream Generator is a different style app. It's not a chat GPT style app. It is a, input output app. You put information in, you get information out, and you can build those in here. You can build live training sessions like the AI Lunch and Learn. You can connect it to Zoom and then have all of your previous recordings in there. So that's what that is. Or you can create a learning module system like I have with the Start Here button. So these are the different custom apps. As soon as you get a white label subscription for 27 bucks a month, you get access to all of these. So you can build chatbots as well in the platform. If you build a chatbot, you can throw that on any website. It doesn't have to be just in the platform. So you can throw it out to another one. Andrea says, how is tech support managed? Tech support, if you build out your own white label, you are responsible for the tech support of your white label. As far as reaching out to me, let me put those links back in again. There is my email address, right? And if we get totally stuck, of course, we'll escalate to the development team if it's something that I can't answer for you. So I got the calendar in there. You can jump on and schedule a meeting with me. If you want to build out your own white label, as I mentioned, we have our own VAs to help build it out, customize it. You don't have to do it. You can do it on your own. And that's where the Thursday meeting is, where we talk about other people who are white labeling, and you can kind of watch, listen, and learn, and then do it yourself. But if you don't want to do it yourself, because I've had many an entrepreneur say, I just don't have time, right? It's time or money. So if you spend a little bit of money, we can build it all out for you and kind of get you going pretty quickly. All right, with your own white label. And let's see. All right, so oh, this is conversational AI. Not sure how I ended up in here, but this is a really cool one where you can upload an image that you have and then just talk to it and tell it, it's kind of like the new editor that ChatGPT just released. They changed their image editor. You can drop an image in and then tell it what you want it to look like. And so that's actually pretty good. And it's very cheap too. A lot of times it's only like 1 credit or 2 credits to make a change. So that's another interesting way to kind of do that. So that's where that one is. Other welcome training. Some people joined after I started this call. So here are where you can get the overview, you can get the create method, you can get individual apps like the website creator, how to create your website, and if you want to
The English, the
go
next
step by step in
say
building
like
a web page.
full or
all of the answers on the left.
Really detailed and good training for walking you through how to get stuff done. All right, everyone. I really appreciate you all jumping on and staying on. And go ahead and sign up for the platform, get that free trial, get those 11 books that you can download. Play around with it. Have fun. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.